How's it going? It's Jordan again. This is week 2. We're going to be talking a little bit about confidence. The big questions with confidence: is it one of those things you're just born with? Is it something that you can learn? Or is it something that you can fake it, right? Fake it till you make it. The answer, I think, simply is yes, right? To all three of them. I think to a certain extent, confidence is something that you're born with. I think it's a personality trait. So think back to the playground. And were you one of those kids that ran up to other people and introduced yourself and you were confident in yourself and you wanted to make friends? Or were you one of those kids that kind of sat back a little bit and waited for people to come to you? Either way is fine, right? There's room for both types of people in the world. But if you're that first type, you're probably a little bit more confident, which means you're probably a little bit more confident in your public speaking. So I think that part of it is something that you're born with. It's something that you can learn. I think you can teach yourself, and it's something that you can fake as well. I think to teach yourself to be confident, you kind of have to desensitize yourself to the fear a little bit, whether that's in public speaking itself or just finding ways to come over your fears in other ways, right? So I used to be terrified of heights until I went skydiving, right? Not so bad, right? That was like my one big fear. I'm pretty confident talking in front of people. I was always the person in school that I was in charge of talking for the group projects. I was an instructor in the military. I'm a kickboxing instructor and a personal trainer now. So speaking in public really isn't something that's ever been difficult for me. It's not something I've ever had to fake. But being confident in other things is something I've definitely had to fake, right? So when I was in the military and I was on deployments, I was in charge of about 60 people underneath me, and every decision I made, I had to make it with confidence and had to portray that confidence so the people underneath me kind of believed in me, right? And they wanted to follow that order. So they had to regardless, but it made them feel a lot better, and it helped them execute a lot better, a lot quicker, and a lot more precise if they were confident in me, right? So I think that's one reason that confidence is important. It gives you a certain amount of credibility as well, especially in public speaking. So if I'm up here and I'm just kind of, I don't know, all right, no one's really going to take me seriously, right? I'm not going to convince anybody of whatever point it is that I'm trying to make. And so confidence is important in that it gives you that credibility. And it's important for other reasons as well. But as far as we break it down into clarity and things like that. So as far as faking confidence, I think that a certain amount you can probably fake it. There's been times where I was nervous on the inside, and on the outside I looked cool as the other side of the pillow. I think that there's kind of a fine line there. There is sometimes where you really just can't fake it, and you've got to be confident in yourself. I think the more that you practice, the more you put yourself in uncomfortable situations. If public speaking is one of those things, and you got to put yourself out there, and you got to speak more in public and speak more in front of people. And I think eventually you're gonna be more comfortable with it. So that's kind of my spiel on confidence. Yeah, I think you can be born with it. Yes, I think you can learn it. Yes, I think you can fake it to a certain extent, and it's extremely important for a number of reasons, but the number one thing, especially in public speaking, is to build your credibility, right? Keep people engaged and have them believe in what you're saying. I think those are the biggest reasons that you need confidence. And in order to keep the video kind of short, I'll stop being so confident and continue talking. So have a great night / day, whatever it is that we're going over this. Hope you enjoyed it, and I didn't take up too much of your time. Thanks.